So we have no showcase date, no release date. The community, however, is keeping the hype alive themselves. They're asking questions and answering questions about what they're doing in the game. And I found 6 of them that I want to answer myself. And then maybe you guys can do that as well in the comment section below. Just keep that conversation going. Because if Bethesda ain't doing it, we're going to have to do it for them. Here are the questions. Question number 1. What platform are you going to be playing StarField on? Now, for me personally, it is going to be on PC. However, I am a little bit concerned because Bethesda has proven that their games run better on higher end processors and they don't really care too much about the video card. Now, I got a 6800 in here, should hack it just fine, but my i7-4790K, that is vintage 2014, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Question number 2. What is your character going to look like? Now, for me, whenever there is any type of customization when it comes down to face, I always try to make it look roughly like myself. I'm not going really deep into it. I don't have that big of an attention span, but I get close. You know, I do the beard, I do the shaved head and all that stuff, and I enjoy doing that. Now, I do know StarField has the option to change your body type. Personally, I'm going to make myself just a little bit slimmer than I am in real life because I figure if I'm out in that world, I wouldn't be sitting on my butt every day during my regular day job. I would be hauling stuff and flying ships and eating better. Actually, I'm working on that because I'm trying to lose 40 pounds here, but that is something for another day. That is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making it look like myself as much as possible. I do play the games in first person most of the time, so I'm not really going to see my face unless there's a cutscene. There's no spoken lines. At least the protagonist is not speaking in StarField, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, question number 3. Will you be good, neutral, or evil? Well, for me personally, I tend to be a good person in real life, and when I play an RPG, I kind of transport myself into that world, so I am going to be a good person there as well. Now, that does also mean that if someone were to try to do something like take something from me or harm my friends or harm myself, I am going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my property. So it's not to say that I'm going to be good all the time. I might kind of toe the line. I might do something downright evil as well. But this world is an unknown to us. And that's part of the thing that I really like about RPGs is the moment that we step from this world into that world. We don't know what to expect. We just have to roll with the punches. And if the world is an inherently good world, I tend to be a good person. But if the world is an inherently bad world, my way of thinking and my actions change to accommodate that. So really interesting. But face value, I'm going to try to be good as much as I can. Question number 4. What faction will you join? Well, there's a bunch of factions out there, but I can tell you right here, right now, based on my previous answer on the previous question, Crimson Fleet is going to be out. I am not going to be joining up with the Crimson Fleet because one of the things that I really dislike in real life is people taking from others stuff that doesn't belong to them. And, well, the pirate thing kind of happens, kind of goes hand in hand with that. So really don't want to join those guys. But there's another one of those things, right? If the world builds up to a point where the Crimson Fleet are actually a bunch of good guys that just happen to do bad things, don't know. That is the whole thing. We don't know. But face value, pirates bad, I'm not going to be joining up with them. I'm probably going to be ending up shooting them at the moment's notice. Like if I see them do something bad, they're out of there. And then we have Constellation, which seems to be the default choice that we kind of get routed into from the beginning, from all the information that we've seen, the trailers and all that stuff. That really seems to be the group that we get into contact with first. Now, I don't think it's a faction per se. They might actually have people from other factions. It seems to me more of a group than anything else, and that's going to be fun to be part of. And definitely if there's other people from other factions in there as well, there might be some internal strife, which would be an interesting plot point as well. We will see, but they seem like a decent group of people, and exploration is the key element of StarField, so might be a group that I will not be breaking ties with. Then we have the Freestar Collective. They're more on the fringes of things, and that kind of appeals to me. kind of beyond the scope of the government, further out, not part of the main group. And they seem to be fighting for, well, people's rights, and that really appeals to me. So that's one group that I'm probably going to be looking into a little bit more when I start playing the game. And then you have the United Colonies, which is, of course, the government. Now, personally, not that big of a fan of government because usually they have all these great ideas, but per definition, most of them are absolutely not good ideas because they're coming from the government. If the government thinks it's a good idea, it most definitely is not. So, don't know. And also, I'm getting kind of Alliance vibes with that. Going to Firefly is one of my favorite shows. I don't want to join the Alliance. I'm more of a brown coat person, so Freestar Collective is more down my alley. Question number 5. Will you use companions? Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence, because in previous games they kind of got in the way. They're only like useful as a pack mule, and that is why I tend to increase stats that allow me to haul a ton of stuff, because I don't want to deal with companions. Like, they bring nothing to me. No banter, no interesting storyline. Now, if this game has interesting storyline for their companions, I'll probably take them with me because that enhances the experience. But if they are, well, dumb as a rock and get in the way all the time, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to just do my whole Lone Ranger thing again. Question number 6, what ship are you going to be building? And I really enjoy talking about shipbuilding because that's like the main focus for me in that game that I want to do as soon as I can, is build a ship for myself to live out of. That would be freaking awesome. You can also do settlements. Not really that big of a fan of settlements because I'm getting like PTSD from Fallout 4 where you have to go defend your settlements. I hope that is not part of the game here, but the shipbuilding, that is 100% the number one thing that I want to do. And I've mentioned it in a previous answer, Firefly is one of my absolute favorite series ever. And in that series, you have a ship called Serenity. And that is a Firefly class ship that is built for hauling things. Now, I personally hope that we're going to be able to haul stuff from one planet to another and get paid. Like, have that depth of economy. That would be very cool. So we don't have to fight everywhere. We can also do commerce. Which means that if I have a loading bay that I can put stuff in, like maybe livestock, which would be funny, and a nod to Firefly as well, because in one of the episodes you could see that they were flying livestock. I think that would be the coolest thing ever. So a Firefly type ship definitely would be on my radar of things to want to create. Now, the Firefly class ship did not have weapons in the series.
Every man there go back inside, or we will blow a new crater in this little moon.
Damn yokels can't even tell a transport ship ain't got no guns on it. Blow a new crater in this moon.
But mine, I really want to focus on offensive, because I don't really like to be blown out of the sky. I want to be the one doing that to other people if they wrong me. So lots of offensive capabilities, so I can make mincemeat out of them essentially pretty quickly if that needs to happen. Now, size of the ship, Firefly class would have more than enough to put extra companions, extra crewmates in there, because there's a lot of living area and storage area for that. Definitely want to go that way. But if the game is not what I think it is, or those companions or those crewmates really tend to turn annoying, then it's more going to be like a Razor Crest type ship where it's still big enough to haul some stuff, but tiny and small enough to handle by yourself. And then, of course, the offensive weaponry again. As many weapons as I can carry on that thing, they're going to be on there. Going to call it the Porcupine. You try me, then it's not going to be a good day for you. And pirates, well, I'm going to definitely be blowing them out of the sky if they are wronging me or wronging other people when I'm coming across them. They're trying to maybe attack a freighter and you have to defend the freighter. I will definitely defend the freighter. Get some extra, well, probably credits my way. It's not going to be caps. I wanted to say caps because of Fallout, but extra credits my way. And I feel good about myself because I defended some innocent people from pirates. Be freaking amazing. So, with that being said, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, put them in the comment section below. Also, put your answers to these questions in the comment section below, because I really want to keep this alive. Keep talking about StarField. Keep the hype up. If Bethesda ain't doing it, we got to do it for them. Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing your questions, your answers down below for sure. As always, hashtag game for the sake of gaming. Enjoyed this content? Please hit that subscribe button. Still trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. And as always, I will see you guys on the flip side. Take care.